You don't need everyone's approval. Absolutely not, because a lot of people's approval ain't worth anything to you anyways. Whether you start today or wait 5 years, the same 5 years are going to pass by. So if you tell your mind, I'm going to do this, your actions will follow. You have everything you need to make it happen. And as you continue to move in that direction, sometimes you just got to hit the gas and figure it out as you go. This is the Airwaves Think podcast, brought to you by Live One Company, where we explore ideas that challenge, comfort, and clarify. I'm Liv, and in every episode, we break down life's complexities with intellect, insight, and a touch of curiosity. All right, we're on air. Hey, welcome back. I appreciate you for being here and tuning in. Muchas gracias, mis amigas y amigos, for listening and checking in too. Thanks everyone for being here for this Made You Elevate content. So, of course, you know we're going to keep it inspiring and moving forward over here. So today's episode is all for my overthinkers, right? My wait until tomorrow warriors, my I'll start next week strategists. Listen closely, because we're about to dive into something you need to hear. Just do it. Stop procrastinating. Stop second guessing. If it's on your mind, you need to go for it. No waiting, no hesitation, no perfect timing nonsense. If you're thinking about it, you just need to do it. And I'm not referring to doing any old thing, because I know how some of y'all minds be and the gutta just ready to cut up and act a fool. On a serious note, I'm about to turn you every which way but loose with what I have to tell you today. And if it's on your mind to start that business, write that book, be an influencer, create that content, you need to do it. If you're thinking about it, it's something that will elevate you. Ride that thing until the wheels fall off. Because your mere thoughts alone inform you're ready for it. And if you weren't thinking of it, then you weren't ready. But since you are, you need to. So for those imaginations that may be running wild, let me get you all the way right. I'm not saying do any old thing. This isn't a pass for bad decisions or reckless choices. Again, I'm talking about those real ideas you've been holding on to. That business, that book, that blog, that content. If you're thinking about it, it's because you're ready for it. So why haven't you started? The sheer fact that the idea is sitting in your mind is the first sign that you are equipped to act on it. So let's break this down. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't even be considering it. Thoughts are not random. They're intentional nudges, little taps on the shoulder from your future self saying, hey, I'm waiting for you to get here. Take this into consideration. The time is going to pass anyway. Whether you start today or wait 5 years, the same 5 years are going to pass by. I need you to get this through your head. So why waste it? You could spend that same time building something life-changing, or you could spend it waiting for the right moment. And here's a spoiler alert. There is no right moment except for right now. Can we have a little honesty moment here? I don't know who started the myth that you need all your ducks in a row to begin. Actually, forget ducks. This is life, not a pond. You're never going to have everything perfectly lined up. That's not how this works. Life moves and you've got to move with it. It's like waiting for all the traffic lights to turn green before you leave the house. It's not happening. Sometimes you just got to hit the gas and figure it out as you go. Let's talk about your mind. It's powerful, so powerful. And what you focus on expands. So if you tell your mind, I'm going to do this, your actions will follow. But if you sit there doubting, hesitating, or filling your mind with excuses, like we always do, guess what happens? Nothing. And this isn't just motivational fluff. It's backed by science. Dr. Carol Dweck, she's a psychologist and author of Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. She talks about the differences between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, you're pretty much telling yourself, I can't do this, I'm not ready. But if you have a growth mindset, you're telling yourself, I may not have all the answers, but I can figure it out as I go. I'm literally doing that. I'm figuring out as I go with this podcast and other things that I'm tapping into. But that's the shift in thinking, and it's what separates the people who dream about success from the people who actually achieve it. I hope you're an achiever. So I'm a huge fan of someone, and I think you are too. She embodies this just do it mentality, and it's Issa Rae, the creator of Insecure, the show that had us in a chokehold, and we were pleading and begging for the show to return. But anyway, Issa, she didn't wait for someone to hand her an opportunity. She started with a YouTube series called Awkward Black Girl. She had a vision. Even though she had this vision, she had limited resources and a lot of doubters, which we can classify probably as haters, but she did it anyway. And some of you may remember how Issa was rapping to herself in the mirror on the YouTube series, and she shot for the stars and landed on the moon, okay? And honestly, her YouTube web series, which is still out on YouTube, is hilarious. And I remember watching it and laughing for hours because she is very awkward. It was doing some real awkward-ish on there. And I was like, oh no, she wilding for that, but Lordy, I digress. Fast forward to now, she has an Emmy, or at least nominated for one. So correct me if I'm wrong. So I know she was at least nominated for actress, writer, and producer with a net worth of over $4 million. And this is unbelievable, right? Because she has unbelievable deals on the table with HBO and some other networks and other things that she's doing. But the thing is she didn't wait for the stars to align. She created her own lane. And that's what you need to do. No one is handing things out here, right? They're not handing out anything these days unless you're down at the homeless shelter. And I'm not even trying to be funny about that because I'm letting you know that that's real in these streets. You know, local and state governments, they pick and choose down at the homeless shelter too, like who they're going to hand stuff out to if you qualify for help. So when there are real people and real families that do need help, they don't even get the handouts. It's a hot mess. You literally have to pick yourself up by the bootstrap and do it yourself. You need to help yourself. Do you remember in the Bible where the man wanted to be healed and laid right next to the pool of healing water, or whatever you want to call it, right? Feel free to correct me in the comments because this is the short tell it my way version. But every year around a certain time, the water would like stir up and whoever got there first was healed. But this man was crippled or something or had some type of disease. I don't know if it was leprosy or whatever, but he was laying right there next to the healing water and he could never like get in it every year when it would stir up for his healing. He was there for like decades or something. And finally, like one year, Jesus was walking by and came across him, and the man started complaining to the Lord about his plight, not being able to get in the water and all this, or anyone lifting him up and put him in the pool. And Jesus was like, get up, get your stuff and walk. And basically stop whining and put your own self in the water because this is a poor excuse. And also because Jesus is a healer himself. So basically saying, trust me, but child, that's you. That's you, front and center, pretty much not thinking that you can do anything. You know, you're right there. You're at a brink of a breakthrough in your life and thinking someone is going to grab your hand and help you over the threshold. Get yourself up and get to work. You have something to do. Going back to the story, the funny thing about it is when I was younger and I first heard the story, I was like, dang, Jesus kind of mean. Like, why he didn't help the guy and put him in the pool when he asked? But now that I'm older, I realize like Jesus was really telling the man that through faith that he really possessed the powers from within to get up and walk and that he was healed. And so just like you guys, you know, I know this, we're not talking about healing per se. We're talking about getting up and doing something in your life, especially something that's been on your mind, you know, that you need to do, but you need to get up and you need to do it. I know if I was that man, I would have been rolled myself right into the water. I would have been hitting the cobblestones hard, left and right, kerplunk my butt right up in there, right into the deep end, okay? Because no one is fitting to take my spot of getting in the water. I'm not waiting to be lifted. Like, put me in the water by force or by choice. I'm not missing my healing, but my lovely cheeks, they would have been rolled right into that deep end, okay? Seriously, I would have plunged in awe, right, for my healing. But at the end of the day, you have to do it. You just have to do it, right? Just do it. I want to dig into the concept of time in relation to you just going for it, going for what you truly desire to do in life that you're hesitating about. Time is the one resource you can't get back. It doesn't pause, it doesn't rewind, and it definitely doesn't wait for you to get your act together. So you have to get your act together now, right now. Read up on Albert Einstein. His theory of relativity, it pretty much says time is a dimension. It's not something you can stop or control, but you can control how you use it. Literally, time again, it waits for no one. And I don't care who you are. And that's why it's considered a commodity, because we spend time and we literally exchange our time for something. So, I mean, if you want to sit around all day and watch the housewife shows, baddies, and whatever deplorable reality TV show that's out there, okay, let me stop, because I mean, that's your business, but I do like some housewife shows. Don't get me wrong. I do love a good housewife show. I love Salt Lake City. Okay, that's the girl. Okay, don't sleep on that. All right. What else? Real Housewives of Potomac, Atlanta, and Beverly Hills. And then I cannot forget my other show on OWN. What is it? Bell Collective. I just like the business mindset or what they're trying to do amongst all of the arguments and all that. But honestly, from season to season, my likes and preferences do switch up for shows. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. From a spiritual perspective, right, in reference to time, go to Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And so what's the translation here? There's a window for every opportunity. If you don't act during that window, you might miss it. And I don't want you to miss your time. I don't want you to miss your shot. What they say, most shots missed are the ones that were never even thrown. You cannot miss your time. You can't do this anymore. It's now, right? And I'd really hate for you to hear this entire show and not do what you need to do. Just freaking do it. And if you don't listen to me, at least listen to what's on your mind. What is it telling you that it wants you to do? What are you desiring? Your mind is trying to help you, my friend. You have one for a reason. Follow it. The Excuse Olympics. Have you ever heard of that? The Excuse Olympics? If not, let me explain for just a second because I want you to get this. I want you to understand fully everything I'm saying and double down on being like the Nike check mark and just do it. I need you to be locked in. For those of you that have never heard of that term, Excuse Olympics, it is that mental competition where you come up with every reason why you can't do something. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. What if I fail? Are you serious? Girl, what if you don't fail? What if you crush it and will do? What if this is that thing that changes your entire life? You need to stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Every day you set on what your mind and heart has been pushing you to do that will take you to the next level in life. There really can be no more excuses. You should be doing something every single freaking day towards that desire. Even if it's small, inch by inch until you can grab that bull by its horns and ride it all the way out. Literally stop wasting your time and just do it. From woman to woman, girl to girl, sister to sister. I want you to start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, but right now. Write down one thing you've been thinking about doing, just one, and take one step toward making it happen today. Not tomorrow, today. It doesn't have to be big. Send an email, buy the domain, outline the idea, just do something. Do something. And if you can't do that, do it anyway. You heard me right. If you can't do that, do it anyway. Just do it. And then come back to this episode and share your progress in the comments or with someone who will cheer you on. And make sure it's with someone that's cheering you on, because if not, if they're not cheering for you, you're basically sharing your news with the op. We're not over here dealing with the ops. There's no op sharing over here. All right. So take that challenge, do something today, especially if you feel inspired. Do it while you're in it, right? Do it while the moment's hot. Do it while it's fresh. Do it right now. Hit pause and write down. Do something. If you need more encouragement, more motivation, that extra push or that little nudge to really go out and do what you need to do, because, I know you're stubborn. You know why? I used to be stubborn. I would be sitting on my hopes and dreams and not really doing them, not really taking a chance on my own self. But I'm going to tell you what actually played a integral part in really helping me when I was in limbo about stepping out and tapping into my creative space and, just with my business and all that good stuff. So I encourage you to go read The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It's a really, really great book. Even better on Audible because she narrates it. And I think it's really, really good when an author narrates their books because you can hear their voice and the true essence of what they're trying to say. And she's really good with getting her message across verbally. And it's one thing to read it and interpret it, but again, it's an added bonus to hear her because she will gag you with her revelations and concepts and stuff like that. She is gathering the people all the way up. So go Mel. But her book, The 5-Second Rule, she talks about how hesitation kills dreams. In her rule, if you have an idea, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and act on it before your mind starts overthinking. And when I tell you it worked for me, it really, really works. When I wake up in the morning, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I just do it. And then when I need to write my podcast script and maybe don't feel like it, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rocket blast off for me, and I'm getting it done. When I don't feel like running an errand, cooking, cleaning, or whatever. It is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, seriously, get this book and you will literally kiss procrastination away. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm letting the girls know. So don't say I don't ever tell you anything, because I just did. You're welcome. So I hope that this helps you by me just kind of sharing trinkets and everything of ways and things that have helped me along the way. I have some parting thoughts that I really hope stick with you. You don't have to wait until January 1st to start. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need everyone's approval. Absolutely not, because a lot of people's approval ain't worth anything to you anyways. So you just need to start. Remember, the time is going to pass anyway. So why not spend it building something amazing? You are very capable, my friend, fully capable. So stop playing. You're ready and you've got everything you need to make it happen. I repeat, you have everything you need to make it happen. And as you continue to move in that direction and move forward in what you need to do, things will just continue to fall into place for you. Okay? So until next time, stop thinking and start doing. Thanks for listening to the Airwaves Think podcast. If today's episode made you elevate, share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep questioning until you have those answers. I'm out.